Hello everybody, my name is Bridget Wilder. I am the owner of Perseverance Health and Wellness Coaching, and I am partnering with Advocate Aurora Health and Kinship Community Center, formerly known as River West Food Pantry, to bring you recipes that are focused on avoiding hypertension, also known as high blood pressure. It's called Recipe in a Bag series. Today I'm focusing on the sweet potato. So let's just talk about the sweet potato for a minute. We see sweet potatoes at Thanksgiving dinner. We see sweet potatoes when we just want to make a mashed sweet potato. We see sweet potato in so many different recipes, but today's recipe is low in sodium. And one of the reasons why we're using the sweet potato is also because it's rich in potassium. With the sweet potato, it allows you to meet at least 12% of your daily intake of potassium for your daily needs. So today's recipe is called Sweet Heat Sweet Potato. So why did I choose to focus on the sweet potato? Well, first of all, it's pretty, the color is amazing, and it has so many health benefits. And one of the things that helps aid in issues with hypertension is having a correct intake of potassium. And with sweet potatoes, you get 12% of your daily intake of potassium. Also, it is such an amazing staple in some families. Some people use it in recipes like sweet potato pie, mashed sweet potatoes. It's a variety of things that you can do with a sweet potato. So here is what a sweet potato looks like. Sizes and shapes vary. It has more nutritional value than white potatoes, which makes it a great option in your recipes. So first we want to cut off the ends. Sweet potatoes can be a little difficult to cut. They're a little harder than regular potatoes. However, just take your time and just slide that skin off. It'll just make the process easier. Another tip to making sweet potatoes cut easier is to just slightly boil it for a couple of minutes for it to just get a little soft, but not too soft to mess with the consistency of the inside of the potato. So that's just a tip to get you to make it easier on yourself if you have issues with cutting. One thing about me when it comes to food, color means something to me. So if you give me a plate full of stuff and everything on it is all white, I can't do it. But if you add a little color, like say I paired this sweet potato with some broccoli, maybe some grilled chicken with some nice seasoning, it would be a great flavorful component, not because of how it tastes, but also because it's aesthetically pleasing. So we also want to consider that when we prepare our foods. And then just proceed forward and cutting it into kind of French fry-like size. So there you have turning a whole sweet potato into cut fries. So listen, remember I talked about focusing on lowering high blood pressure. One of the things that contributes to high blood pressure is excess sodium. But in this recipe, there's minimum sodium used, but I'm using a lot of spices. Start with having our rectangular pan that we will lay out the potatoes on. Then we'll begin to season it. The first thing that I have is some heart-healthy oil, 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I'll drizzle that on top, and it's a great option than using butter, which can be have an artery clogging effect. Now I have 1 tablespoon of honey, a great alternative than using brown sugar or regular white sugar. So we're considering everything when it comes to our heart health with this recipe. And we also considering that we still want it to taste good. We also have 1 teaspoon of chili powder, a half a teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. We could use a little ground cayenne pepper just to taste. Again, notice still no salt. And when we do add salt, it's going to be so small, you will see. Just a little dash of ground red pepper. And then for our final seasoning, we're using coarse kosher salt, but just a dash of it. If I want to give you like maybe a recommendation, is about 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt. Now you preheat your oven ranging from 325 to 350. And before I put in the oven, I want to just make sure that all of the seasonings are throughout all of the potatoes. So I kind of take my hands and just rotate to make sure that the oil, the honey, and everything is easily distributed. Now it's ready to go in the oven until tender, crispy to taste. Preferably about 30 to 40 minutes it will take those potatoes to get done. So now it's been 30 minutes and I'm checking to see if the potatoes are done. They are perfectly seasoned, perfectly softened, and it should resemble this look after you take it out the oven. So now I'm going to plate it. And let me share something with you while I'm plating this. I lost my husband to hypertension when he was 37 years old. So it makes me that much more passionate about me teaching about how hypertension affects your health. So the objective of me as a dietitian is to help the community be well, live strong, and live long. Now, one thing I do want you to consider when you make your sweet potatoes, consider the serving size, because sweet potatoes are still high in carbohydrates. It's still okay to consume, but watch your serving sizes, which would be about 1 sweet potato. Here is the uncooked version to the cooked version of the sweet heat sweet potato. Now see, I believe I should taste what I'm asking you to taste, so be well.